Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Wow. Let's take a look at the article. It says NYC plans to give prepaid credit cards to migrants to tune of $53 million. I mean, hey people, why not? All the Americans, I'm assuming you're balling just, cash. Your pockets are full, no one's struggling. Inflation, what is that? We're all balling, right? Obviously in New York City, you gotta be. But I could have sworn a lot of Americans having a hard time paying their rent, even affording food. So to get the prepaid credit card to migrants, I'm trying to understand. I'm assuming all the Americans in New York City, you must already have one. If so, hey, good for you guys. Let's check it out. Article written here by Jenny Goldsberry, Washington Examiner. It says New York City will offer prepaid credit cards to migrants that will allow them to purchase food. This effort is a continuation of the city's partnership with New Jersey's Mobility Capital Finance, which provided similar cards during the holidays to needy residents of city housing. Now, some 500 families staying at the Roosevelt Hotel will receive the cards, according to sources cited by the New York Post. The amount allotted every 28 days will depend on the size of the family, with a family of four receiving $1,000. The pilot program will cost the city $53 million. In order to receive the cards, migrants will have to first sign affidavits agreeing to only spend the allowance on food and baby supplies or else risk losing the privilege. The cards will only be accepted at grocery stores, convenience stores, and bodegas. Mocafy looks forward to partnering with New York City to disperse funds for asylum seekers to purchase fresh, hot food, said Mocafy CEO and founder Woe Coxum. Mocafy's goal is to expand access to financial resources for individuals excluded from banking, such as asylum seekers, while helping the local economy. Migrants have complained in the past of the city's efforts to feed them in hotels for $11 per meal, as the cuisine is different from their home countries. Mayor Eric Adams spokesman Kayla Malamek claimed the program would allow migrants more freedom of choice. So they came here willingly, obviously with no money. You came here for the hookup. Well, why not? I mean, it's here. They've got the hookup. So this cuisine is different than your country. Then you maybe should stay over there. You're complaining. You're complaining that oh, this is not what I'm used to. Who told you? You came over for free. That's what you're getting. So they complain. So illegal immigrants can't complain, and when they complain, they're gonna see change. Wow, the Americans can't get that. They complained. Where can Americans go? Where can I go to complain? They not voted. Again, Americans, what you getting for your vote? They simply complain. And when they complain, I guess the politicians listen, and that led to change. FBA ain't those black people complaining and marching and voting. What you getting? Being unalived. Don't shoot, hands up. Americans in general, I don't care what nationality. What you getting for your vote? Now, if you're rich, hey, they got Wall Street's back, which I'm not knocking it because that's how I make my living. Okay. They complained and they brought about change. Wow. Now, Eric Adams, isn't he the same mayor, I believe, when the vaccine hit and some people didn't take it? I believe there was reports saying with government jobs. Someone sent me. A lot of people lost those jobs. They didn't take the vaccine, and a lot of people that lost those jobs were black women, as I understand. Is that correct? I wonder how they're faring. Did they find replacement work? Look at all the protests about the rent and people the rent amount. People hitting the streets. When Joy B said it was going to invest in them, now we know. And it amazes me how people really think as if it's each mayor's decision. You do understand a directive. This is the administration's decision, has to be. And it's run by the Democratic Party, the New York City. Here's what you get. So they complain. Don't forget, for a family, $1,000, and it's every 28 days. And they must sign this affidavit. The amount allotted every 28 days will depend on the size of the family, with a family of four receiving $1,000. The pilot program will cost the city $53 million. Now, were you not speaking cutbacks in the city's budget a while ago? So if you're doing cutbacks in your budget to afford this, again, to accommodate illegal immigrants, that's who they are. Cutbacks mean for the city services cutback, that means you can forget a raise. If you get one, if you're lucky, to be less. And what it typically means cutbacks, raise, hiring freeze. G could be a layoff, could be a reduction in hours. But they come up with $53 million. I've heard Americans, read reports about Americans, when they were homeless, women and children, they had them sleeping in offices of social services. Didn't come up with any money then, huh? Understand this. They say it's a thing called no free lunch. hmm Understand this. In my opinion, and we're all different, why are they investing so much in these people? Because this will help, what I think, in the wealth transfer. Oh, yeah. Pretty soon they get work permits. Some can work in different jobs. Government, city, you see what I mean? Someone said to me about this with the postal workers and some kind of I guess they had, they got the new deal and some are making a lot of money in certain states, making a lot more money. The next thing you know, here comes somebody, 12,000 laid off. Wow. It's just like that in California when they came with, oh, look at this here. They're going to get $20 an hour for fast food. And that's great. Good for them. People in business now, everybody's not staying. The corporations are not going to come down so you can come up. They don't love you like that. Sorry. Everybody's not staying. And what happened? People may have thought, oh, well, I work at this fast food. I'm at $20 an hour. Yeah, then get back to work. And guess what? Layoffs, even laying off delivery drivers. Yeah. So now you're going to have more people unemployed. Oh, but well, some getting $20 an hour. Yeah, and about that, guess what? You're not guaranteed a full 40 hours because guess what? The reports are saying people, which is not surprising, some of them getting 25, 30 hours. You might get 30 hours one week and maybe 35 the next week, back to 20. So why are they pushing so? Follow the money. The return on the investment is, I believe, get these people settled, and don't be surprised when you see your local, all these divisions, county, what have you. My opinion, some of these Americans are going to be out of these jobs, and they're going to be replaced with those individuals, and they're going to take them because they don't have any money. They can't even feed themselves. Guess what? A lot of Americans can't either. It's too hard. all this going on, and look at the food pantries. They're saying the reports of food pantries going bust. Now, I want to mention one more thing on this issue. Um, Remember the affirmative action lawsuit, Edward Bloom? Hey, quick question. And what I'm saying, been targeted as African Americans. Yeah. So, hey, quick question. Where's Edward Bloom and accrue affirmative action on this right here? Because this right here isn't fair. You have to be a migrant. This seems highly discriminatory against American citizens. Where's the lawsuit? Where's the injunctions? What is your black for the BC in particular? What's your black politician doing for you? Well, we know he's on the screen here. Forehead Adams, he pushing the money out. Again, what are your black politicians doing for you instead of getting the check and following the status quo? I thought about that. Where's the lawsuit to file this to say, hey, this is discriminatory, is anti-American? Where is it? What are we getting for the vote? What are we getting for the vote? If this right, don't forget, no more money for you. If this right here was a plan that's to give money to all black people, oh, it'd be an uproar, probably be a lawsuit filed by Wednesday, and today is Sunday. Today is Sunday. What if they gave this just to say, hey, we're gonna do this all the black people? Ooh, a lawsuit would be filed. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Where's the lawsuit to halt this? Huh? Where's the lawsuit to halt this as it being anti-American? You have taxpayers sitting up here and can't afford to pay what they need for food. And those that can, we know it's high, so what you do, you just go ahead and, you have no choice but to just pay it. Where is the litigation? We live in a very litigious society. Where is litigation? I just did a check about food insecurity. What races are mostly affected by food insecurity? It says black children. Black children are more likely to experience food insecurity than children of other races. It says 29% of black children lived in food insecure households. That's 1 in 3 black children without reliable access to food. Again, what are your black politicians doing for you aside going for the status quo? Because I see that they're really for the immigrants too. That's how this is coming from the top. It says in the UAs, based on Feeding America, you can check it out yourself. Feeding America, black communities are more likely to face hunger. In fact, in 2022, nearly 23% of black people in the United States experience food insecurity. What's voting doing for us? Again, if they were to say this is going to be applicable to only black people, oh man! Again, don't forget Chicago. No more money for you. We feeding chubby cheeks too. No more money for you. But you think you got some friends. This what blue can do for you? Red, not love it to see them. And then on top of it, here's the thing I don't think I understand. It wouldn't be so bad because voting is not working for us, especially for the Democratic Party. I'm just letting you know. That's just my opinion. From what I can see, these politicians, they're just taking a turn for the immigrants. Really. That's how I know. Follow the money, the return on the investment, and it's going to probably turn out in a different way because they're going to once they get on their feet and they become business owners and they understand the system, they'll probably turn red. That's going to be the joke for the Democrats. Ha ha he he. You might lose your seat waiting on me and me. When once they start building, you're gonna see. The sad thing is, even and you have the right to vote Democrat, but here's the sad thing: we're not getting anywhere, and then on top of that, we can't build each other, but we can build wealth for everybody else. We can build wealth for everybody else. I don't recall this money being given out. Remember, was it Detroit where they didn't have clean drinking water? What was that? They didn't have clean drinking water. And then it happened again somewhere. Oh my gosh, what was it? Was it Mississippi or something? But they didn't have, besides Mississippi, yeah, Mississippi, the same thing. Where was all the money at? And then they said, oh, money was given. What's going on? But in Detroit, I don't recall them when that first happened. They had school, and then the schools were leaking, children trying to read. Next thing you know, raindrops falling on your head. What is this? They, on that beautiful little air for this one came on your head. Where was the money for the schools then? Money for the Americans. Unemployment. I'm self-employed, but I know a little something about how things go. So when people lose their jobs and there's not a lot of job creations, that's how I know they're lying about these jobs. I don't believe it. Ghost jobs. What the financial news says is different, but reality, they say one thing, but reality says something a little bit different. I don't buy it. And I watch the financial news 5 days a week, sometimes six and seven. Six some days a week, sometimes. Catching up on the weekend. So let's see. So shouldn't they have a program if it's really bad to like extend unemployment benefits? I was talking to man this weekend. Oh my God. I'm gonna let me stop this video because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna do one right after this here. I have to do it. It is getting harder for the Americans. $53 million. Cause they complain, but they complain and brought about change. Wow. Do you not understand what's going on here? This speaks volumes. They're bending over backwards. Ask yourself why. They already know, hey, we're gonna get these votes from the Americans, so they're trying to seal it in. $1,000 reloadable for a family, and it's up to every 28 days. Look how many Americans that are working cannot get what is it, food stamps? Heck, I say just give it to them. That's crazy. Working a full-time job and can't afford to eat. What the heck is that? This is nonsense. The American taxpayer, your money is going to help everybody but you. That's how I feel. Everybody but you. Anyway, let me know what you all think. For food, $1,000. They complain, and they complain. Non-Americans haven't paid 50 cents in taxes. Complain and brought about change. I'm out.